Every year in the playoffs, there are always some surprises, and that's what makes the sport as great as it is. The unexpected moments. But in the current age of people always trying to be right about everything, there's always those who try to revise history in order to act like they knew all of it coming along, or to make some sort of excuse for their favorite team or player. And today I just want to run over some of the narratives that are pretty much consensus throughout the NBA community that might have a chance of being questioned in the upcoming playoffs. Because I just vividly remember last year going into the Jazz versus Thunder series, most people had the Thunder as the favorite going into that series, but then all of a sudden the narrative switched to the Jazz were the better team all along. Like, no, the Thunder just underperformed and got outmatched by an underdog. Simple as that. So let's first talk about the narrative between the top 4 teams in the Eastern Conference, assuming you think that the Celtics are better than the Pacers. So we have this really top heavy Eastern Conference this year, and the 4 teams involved are the 76ers, the Raptors, the Celtics, and the Bucks. Now a couple days ago, I asked Twitter to participate in answering 10 polls for me, 4 of those being the consensus expectations for these 4 said teams. I know the sample size could be much larger, but work with me here because based on what I've been seeing around social media, the outcome I feel like would be pretty similar if it was a larger sample size. Most people have all 4 teams advancing in the first round, including the Celtics, who, when I did the poll for a potential Celtics versus Pacers series, were favored 90% of the time. But then we get to the second round, which are pretty much locked as it is right now. According to the polls, most people have the Bucks beating the Celtics and the Raptors beating the 76ers in the second round as the 2 teams that will be playing for the Eastern Conference Championship. So just in case any upsets happen, let's keep in mind what public perception was before things unfold. And that's just the point of this video, is to just keep in mind what the public perceptions are coming into the playoffs, just in case, an upset happens, to just remember what the perception was going into that series. Now let's go to the Western Conference, which I found it pretty interesting what the results were. I found it actually more interesting than the Eastern Conference. In a potential Rockets versus Jazz series, the Rockets are heavily favored. However, in the potential Blazers versus Jazz series, the Jazz are slightly favored, although they would most likely not even have home court advantage. But in a Blazers versus Clippers series, the Blazers are favored by a pretty decent amount. Now, assuming the Warriors are favored against the Thunder, I also asked who would be favored in a potential Nuggets-Thunder matchup, and I found it very interesting that it was pretty much straight down the middle at 50-50. So some takeaways from this. The Blazers are seen as an early threat to be upset in the first round, and the Rockets are expected to make it out the first round. Also, the Nuggets seem to be viewed as an iffy team by many because of their lack of playoff experience, and a team like the Thunder, who do have the talent to beat them, can easily take advantage of that with their crew led by veterans Westbrook and Paul George. And speaking of those 2, I also asked on Twitter who the best player was on the Thunder, and the consensus was that it is Paul George. So this is one of my shorter videos, and I wasn't really trying to present anything new here, but here are some of the key narratives that we have to be aware of coming into the playoffs, because together we can stop revisionist history if we stay consistent with our takes and simply accept that a team can be upset or simply lose a series without any excuses. This is more of a video just to look back on, not just for you guys but for me as well, for future reference. But with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Again, I am so sorry for the lack of uploads the past month. Probably gonna continue for the rest of this month. Finals week is coming up for my second semester, and that's been taking up a lot of my time, but trust me, after that the coast is going to be clear and we are about to get turned this summer. I have a lot of things planned for this channel and some other stuff that I feel like you guys will definitely enjoy. Also, I just have a quick thing to share with y'all. So a couple days ago I was really inspired by the death of Nipsey Hussle. Rest in peace to the man himself. He was a guy that was really trying to make a difference in the community, and I highly appreciate what he did and everything he was all about, so I was really inspired by that. So the day after, I decided to make a wallpaper consisting of 5 people that really inspire me on a day-to-day basis on how they carry themselves on a day-to-day basis, including Nipsey Hussle, Jay-Z, Kobe, Timothy De La Ghetto. And I posted it on Twitter. It got some traction. Timothy De La Ghetto replied to it as well. Shout out to Timmy D. And then I got a lot of requests from people asking me to make them wallpapers, and it's turned out really well. Here are some examples of the stuff that I've done the past 2 days. So I just wanted to extend that offer to you guys. If you guys want me to do a custom wallpaper for your phone consisting of the 5 people that inspire you guys, just DM me on Twitter at TheBSouls. I literally have like 50 requests right now, so it might take a while, maybe 3 to 4 days. There is a slight fee of $6, which I think is pretty reasonable since they take like 30 to 45 minutes to make. It's turned into this really cool side project that I'm doing, and I genuinely, and I mean this not just because I want to get you guys to, you know, pay for the wallpapers, but I genuinely like seeing the people that inspire you guys on a day-to-day basis. And you know, since I'm interacting in the DMs, you know, I get to talk to some of you guys on a, you know, personal basis. And I've met some cool people, and some people have suggested people that, you know, I find really interesting. So again, rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle, man, because he really was the inspiration for this project. And, you know, I feel like it's my mini way of giving back to you guys, giving back to my community, which is something that he talked about a lot. Again, DM me on Twitter for that as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Keep these narratives on check, you know what I'm saying? But with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And I'm out. Peace.